Hey everybody, welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. I am Jason C. You know me. How's everybody doing tonight? It's nice to be back after a week off. Really appreciate it. Tonight we have a really fun show. It's gonna have we have a couple special guests here. Say hello to Scott and My Bourbon Journey.
What's up, guys? Jason, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
And we have Dan the Man Trout, who is the generous provider of our blind sample giveaway. Say hi, Dan.
Hello, everybody. Jason, Scott, thank you for having me again.
All right, guys. So a few months ago, what we did, or actually maybe a couple months ago, I can't remember. It's been a lot of whiskey since then. What we did was Dan was kind enough to send us 5 blind samples that Scott and I tasted, and we had no idea what's in these bottles. So we're going to do the same thing tonight. Dan was generous enough to send us 5 more just to show you guys the setup here. So this is what we're working with. So we have 5 samples all set up. They're all blind. Don't know what's in each. And the fun thing for you guys tonight, for you viewers, so we're going to be giving away 3 samples of whatever these are in here. So Dan has been super kind enough to also not only provide us with the samples for this episode, but also provided samples to send out to you guys. But the fun part is that when we ask so they're going to be trivia questions tonight. So if you know the question, you'll get a sample. If you know the answer to the question. So what's going to happen is after you answer it right, you're going to pick a letter, either A, B, or E. And that at the end of the tasting tonight, what's going to happen is when the blind samples get revealed, you will then know what sample you get. So obviously the third question, the guy that gets the third one is going to be stuck with whatever letter's left. But I will tell you guys now, though, Dan always sends amazing stuff. So I don't think anyone's disappointed. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. How we doing? Let's see how we let me say hi to people here. We got Michael Hassett's in the house. How you doing? Carl H. Blizz Night 21. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Monica Willits. How are you? Big shout out to Monica. She sent me some samples. I cannot wait to get into them. Kenneth Kennedy's in the house. How you doing? Bird Dog 2017. He's having some Jack Daniels repeal batch. I know he's in Florida. How you doing, man? We got, who else? Brad Murphy's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Joe Green. Nice to see you in here, man. Thanks for stopping in. Dirt 117's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you.
Dirt.
Let's see. Joshua Fetter. How you doing, man? Nice to see you too. Nicholas Villaggio. How are you, man? Let's see here. Chad Holly's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Captain Make It Happen. Captain, thanks for sending those. Captain just sent me a bunch of samples from Texas. Cannot wait to get into those. I'm going to have to do another blind episode just on all the stuff he sent. It's awesome.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah, awesome name. Bourbon Shenanigans in the house. How you doing, Mikey? Nice to see you, buddy.
Hey, Mike.
Steve A is here. Jared Oz is here. Who else is in the house? Jason Fiskey. How you doing, buddy? Christine Deans. A lot of people coming in. Dirt 117. Oh, Dirt the Troll. Yeah, Dirt's been commenting on my videos all day today. Nice to see you, though. Glad you're here, Dirt. Yeah, Peter White's in the house. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. All right. So as we said, from what Dan told us, he said the best way to taste these is we're going to go A, B, C, D, E. So he marked each top of the each bottle. So we're going to try and we're going to go through them. First, we're going to go by nose, taste, and then we're going to go one by one. And then what Scott and I will do is we'll kind of rate our top 5. And then in between the tastings, we'll give away some samples so you guys have a chance to win one of these great samples from Dan the Man. All right.
Sounds awesome. And Dan, thanks for sending those. We appreciate it.
You're welcome, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. So here we go. So we're gonna start with. Wait, Scott, are you ready, buddy?
Yeah, I'm ready. All set. Let's go.
All right. Let me get my my notes here. Get set. I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat, guys. So if you have any
Okay.
questions, anybody out there watching, I'll definitely try to see what's going on, and we'll see how it's going. We got 36 in the chat. Awesome. All right, let's start with A, buddy. Here we go.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so here's A.
Oh boy.
That is super, super sweet.
Yeah.
That has like I'm getting cotton candy on the nose. What about you, Scotty?
I don't know. I get a little bit of like a cherry chocolate, like a sweet, like a little bit of a chocolate note to it.
There's definitely chocolate in there.
Just so you guys know, I do have everything poured, so I'll be drinking the same sample as you.
Oh, great.
Okay. Cool.
Let us know out in the chat what you guys are sipping
Yeah.
on.
And Dan, you'll have to let us know if we're kind of like right on, if we're getting stuff that you kind of do too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sweet. You get a nice, like, sweet kind of corn presence to it.
Yeah, I mean, the corn is there, but the sweet notes on this is just completely overlying it. I mean, the cherry, chocolate, that cotton candy, it is super sweet on the nose.
Yeah, very, very sweet nose.
All right.
And see, for me, this is something that I tend to kind of gravitate towards, that sweeter kind of nose. I do like the spicy stuff, but once you smell that, it's something that you just, I don't know, it just kind of makes your mouth water a little bit.
And now one thing that's always interesting though is sometimes you'll get a super sweet nose and it won't match the palate. So I'm curious if it's going to match the palate on this. So to the first dram of the night, everybody. Cheers. Here we go.
Okay. Cheers, guys.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
Definitely not I wouldn't guess this as a high proof. It had a pretty short finish.
Yeah.
It seems sweeter, very kind of an easy sipper.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it kind of honestly, I think it kind of matches the nose a little bit. You kind of get a lot of that same.
Yeah, this one, the palate matches the nose on this. It's super sweet.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
All the way through.
I would say with this one, this is maybe like for me, like, I mean, based on the lack of heat, there's a little bit of heat. So I would say it's probably no more than like that 95 range, somewhere around there, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say this is 100. If it is, it's hiding it very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, super sweet.
Usually anything that I get that's 100 proof or above, right away. I mean, it hits you pretty good. And the other interesting part is the legs on this thing. It's pretty viscous. I mean, it's really coats the mouth really well. So I like that. It's really oily. Yeah, it's definitely got a great mouthfeel to it. It's sticking to the palate. It's really good. Let's see what everyone's drinking here. We got Captain Make It Happen said like a cherry cordial. Yeah, I would say that's pretty close. Mm-hmm. Nicholas Villaggio, what the 4 R's it? Oh, Nicholas Villaggio. Yeah, this is completely blind. We have no idea what all 5 of these are. Yep. Let's see. Bourbon Shenanigans, Mikey, he's pouring some OKI 10-year. Very nice. I wish I was able to get a bottle of that before I moved here. So with that being said, so Mike, what batch? I've got 3 of the OKIs, but I believe batch 33 was closer to the 12-year mark than it was 10. So that was one of the things with that batch. I don't know which batch he has, but Kenneth, he's drinking Buffalo Trace. Dirt 117, he's drinking Kentucky Chew. That was my second favorite Booker so far this year. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. Jason Fisk, Weeder. No. Oh, Blizz 921 is saying, is this a Weeder? Boy, I don't think so. No, I don't think it's a Weeder. I'm definitely getting a rye note on here. Yeah, I wouldn't guess it's weeded either. Yeah,
Yeah, it's still giving you a nice little rye kick there, but it's got a really, I mean, it's starting off super sweet, hitting over with a little bit of rye kick. You want to take a guess of what this could be, Scotty?
Oh boy.
I mean, you don't have to go like, I'm not saying to pick out the exact bottle, maybe distillery.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? I have one in mind.
I guess if I was going to guess right away, I'd probably go Wild Turkey.
That's exactly my guess.
that's my guess, but it just kind of has a little bit of that. There's a little bit of spice there, but some sweetness to it. So I mean, that would be my guess, kind of like right away. But
yeah.
So
bourbon shenanigans. Oh, Mike is drinking 26. Joe Green M10 is that
okay?
Joe, I'm guessing that's Michter's 10 you're drinking. Nice.
Yeah. That's nice. That's a good.
Chad Holly is about to drink. I guess that's Midwinter's Night Dram Act 5. That's always great. Peter White's drinking that Desert 7 year. Awesome.
That Michter's 10 is good, but boy, it's just so pricey, and to be able to find it, it's really gotten difficult to get. And even by me, they've hit the shelves, but it's still $150 retail now. So
yeah, I don't know. Michter's always imparts a struggle within me because they make some really good bourbon, but the price I just can't pull the trigger on the pricing sometimes on stuff.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah. But I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, I really enjoy a lot of what Michter's does, but a lot of their stuff now is just anything that's not their standard American whiskey or their bourbon. It barely even hits the shelves, and if it does, it's gone. You can't even hardly get any of this stuff anymore. So
yeah, let's see. Numenium, he's drinking ECBP C918. Numenium, that is my favorite bourbon of the year so far. Moose 76, Russell's 10, maybe. Yeah, I would maybe guess it could be a Russell's on A.
Yeah. I could see that being a
Wild Turkey
Russell's.
Revival. I have the Revival, but I haven't had it in a while, so if it is a Revival, I couldn't.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the Revival or not. Let's see, Steve A. He's been hitting the bottle a little bit harder, so he's taking the week off. Good for you, man. It's always good to do a dry week.
Quitter.
All right, let's go on to. So I have my notes for A. That was very, very good bourbon. So let's go to B now. All right, heading to B. On the nose. So when I first opened and poured this one, Scott, I was telling Dan that it smelled like nail polish remover.
I know exactly what this one is.
But now it's
I'm gonna say B, like right out of the way. Should I just blurt this thing right out? I think I know exactly what this is. I think this is the Michter's Toasted Barrel.
This is the Michter's Toasted.
I don't know. I mean, hey, to be honest, even from anytime you get that toasted barrel influence, whether it's the rye or the bourbon, there's something about that toasted barrel note that you can kind of pick out. Now, I may be completely wrong. I don't know, but that's my first thought, is that's exactly what this is. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm waiting to see more of an expression on Dan's face. He's got a poker face right now.
As Dan,
I know it's really nice. I really like the nose on that. So
yeah, it's an amazing nose. It's full. It's oaky but sweet.
Yeah.
There's some really nice, like, reduced caramel candy flavor on the nose. It is just brown sugar all day. It is so good on the nose.
I agree. I agree 100%. So yeah, it's a fantastic sweep. All right, let's give this a try.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Second
Cheers,
drink.
guys.
Oh, not as sweet on the palate. At least for me.
Yeah, this one comes off completely different from the nose to the palate for me. So.
Oh, so
I would say there's a really nice spice to it, but yeah, definitely not as sweet on the palate as the nose is for sure. So yeah, when you just go back and forth, it's tricky. Nose and taste, it's two completely different things.
Yeah, the flavor on it. I'm trying to pick out different flavors. I am getting a chocolate, but it's more of a dark, like bitter chocolate on the
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, and
And
I
that's
think that's
probably
the
and if it is the Michter's toasted wood, that would make a little bit more sense.
yeah, that would be my guess. I mean, I'd be shocked if that's not what that is. I mean,
Hey,
that's
Malton Man Cave's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, Keith. He's a
Hey
fellow
Keith.
Columbus alum.
Yeah, yeah.
Joshua Fetter, have you gotten a chance to try either of the OIO double cask collection? Joshua Fetter, no, but I am a huge fan of the dark pumpernickel rye from OIO. I think that's a delicious bottle of whiskey. So good. I'm gonna have to check that out. Thanks for that. Yeah, everyone's hanging out. Well, we got 45 in the chat. This is awesome, guys.
Oh, good.
All right, sugar. Let's see, some barrel char, a little bit of a chocolate, but bitter chocolate. I'm just writing down my notes, guys. I'm gonna write down the guess as Michter's toasted for now because I would agree with that. All right, so before we get to C, D, and E, let's do our first giveaway, guys. So everyone in the chat, we have 47 in the chat right now. Bourbon Professor just joined. Joe Green, Santa Cruz's in the house. Awesome, guys. Thanks for coming in. This is awesome. Captain, make it happen. Hit the like button, everybody. Yeah, appreciate it. Before we get started, real quick with the first giveaway. Also, if you guys haven't checked out Scott's channel, My Bourbon Journey, you are missing out on some amazing reviews he does, especially on the craft whiskey side. Does an amazing job. So go check out My Bourbon Journey. Check out his channel if you haven't yet. And Dan, he's usually in the chat, so just talk to him because he knows his whiskey.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, so I have some questions here. So everybody get ready. So what we're going to do, like I mentioned, you have a chance to win one of 3 blind samples. So one of these 5 that we're sipping on tonight, we don't know what they are, but at the end of the show, Dan is going to reveal what A, B, C, D, and E are. And then at the end, you will also know which sample you picked based on the letter. So, Daniel just joined. How you doing, Whiskey Throttle? Nice to see you, man. All right. So basically what we did is Scott, Dan, and I talked a little bit before we did this episode, and we figured we'd say, okay, so what are your favorite distilleries right now? This was my question I posed. And I know that's a hard question because there are so many good bourbons from different distilleries, but I'm talking about right now, what is your favorite distillery and what they're doing that you're impressed with, that you really can't live without right now. So, Scott picked Four Roses, Dan picked Wild Turkey, and I picked Heaven Hill. So the first question is about Four Roses. Hey, Richie Z is here. Nice to see you guys. Got 53 in the chat right now. Nice. All right, everyone is set. So, all right, guys, so get ready for the first giveaway. This is going to be the question. I'm going to be looking for the answer in the chat. So this question is about Four Roses. This is in salute to Scott and his favorite distillery. So Four Roses, who was the master distiller at Four Roses before Brent Elliott took over in 2015? I'll be waiting in the chat. Do you know this, Scotty?
I do.
You do? Okay. All right. Oh, Bourbon Blind's in the house. Nice. How you doing? Oh, Young. Nope. Oh, Numenium got it. Numenium. Yep. Very nice, buddy. Jim Rutledge. In August 2015, Jim Rutledge retired as master distiller, and Brent Elliott, who worked alongside Jim for 10 years, became Four Roses' new master distiller. Nice job, Numenium. You got it, buddy. So Numenium in the chat, you need to pick A, B, or E. So pick a letter, Numenium. What do you got? We'll write that down here. So this was Numenium. He got this one.
Need like a theme music right now, like Jeopardy or something.
Yeah, I know. All right, come on, Numenium. The world is waiting. What do you got, buddy? Numenium. Oh, he's crying. He doesn't know. Oh, he's picking B. All right.
All right, good.
B goes to Numenium. All right.
I think we talked that one up. I think we really we kind of
I think we talked that one up a bit. We still have A and we still have E left. So
yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna go on to blind sample C. But before we do that, I want to say a quick hi to Bourbon Blind. I want to say hi to Kyle. If you haven't checked his channel out, does amazing reviews as well. I know I mentioned him before. Chris Beaton, Blind Whiskey Reviews. How you doing, John? Oh, this isn't fair. He's driving. Dude, pay attention to the road. Don't be driving and watching the podcast.
Hey, I was gonna ask John. Hopefully John and his family are safe out there. I know he was in like Southern California, and I know California is like literally on fire right now. So hopefully everybody who's out there, hopefully everyone's doing okay.
I know Richie Z, he's out there in Cali. If any of you guys out in California are being affected by the wildfires, you know, if you're in any danger, get out of there, and you know, say some prayers for you. So
yeah, that's nasty stuff.
Yeah. All right, we got 59 watching, guys. That's a record.
It's all you, Dan. Everyone wants to see it.
Everyone wants to see Dan the man.
You got it.
All right, so we're going to go into C now. Let's check the nose here. Right. It says letter C. Oh my gosh, that is cherry pie.
Yeah, that is a lot of cherry. Yeah, that was my first
nose, as you guys do on this one. I do get a lot of cherry, a little bit of spiciness too.
There is definite spice kick on here, but there is a ton of cherry on here. My goodness, is this the Warrant 80s band Cherry Pie whiskey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and on that note,
that's interesting.
And on that note, you know how Metallica released Blackened with our the late great master distiller Dave Pickerel. Cheers to him. So now, do you remember the group Scorpions?
Oh yeah,
the Scorpions. They are releasing a whiskey now. So they are coming out with Rock You Like a Hurricane whiskey, I think, something like that. Yeah, I just saw that on the news feed. I don't know if anyone else saw that in the chat, but yeah, that was happening.
Oh boy. Oh boy. No, not something I heard of yet. So
yeah, Eric, Bourbon Shenanigans just called out that Eric Waite was in the house for 3 days, and you know, going outside with the smoke, it was too much. Just crazy, man.
Yeah. Here come all the song lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like John, tastes so good, makes an old man cry.
Here
we
go.
Bourbon
Blind, that sounds terrible. Yeah, Scorpions. Yeah. All right, back to the bourbon, guys.
All right.
If I turned my phone sideways, it would reveal all the bottles.
Is that what it is? Okay. Wow, that is so super cherry on the nose. My goodness.
It really is. That's probably one of the stronger notes I've got from something in quite some time.
There is one bourbon brand that I equate with more cherry than others, but we'll wait to the end. I'm gonna go in for the taste, guys. Cheers, everyone, and
cheers, guys.
All you out there in California, stay safe. This is for you guys. Cheers.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Oh,
wow!
Now it's licorice. Is that a rye?
Super.
What the hell is that?
Boy. I don't know if that's. I mean, I'm not getting, like, a lot of times with the ryes, you know, you'll really get a lot of that, you know, like mint or dill. I guess I'm just trying to, now that you said it, I'm trying to like maybe almost convince myself that it is.
Unless it's a Finnish rye.
That's the other thing is this does give off an impression of it being Finnish, like you're getting like a cognac or some type of barrel, some other secondary barrel like influence, something like that. I don't think it's sherry or anything. It's sweet, but I don't think it's that.
This is the sample that this was my other option, was to start with this one and then followed by AB, but I think the other two may have influenced the palate on this one.
Let me open this one up a little bit here.
So you think so with Dan? So with saying that, so you think by having 1 and 2, you think it's kind of tricking us into like thinking this is something different?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm actually kind of getting the same flavor you guys are. So
Yeah, like it's really like kind of like, I mean, you would say like wine-esque or something that's a secondary or a barrel influence or something, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a finishing, like a finished note on it. But you know what? The palate to me doesn't taste like a finished whiskey. So that's what's throwing me off. Wow, that's really, I mean, it's delicious. It's just very different.
I don't think it's rye though.
No, now that I'm tasting it now, I don't think it's rye either.
Yeah. Well, I get a little bit of like a little bit of a green apple type of note to it as well. I don't know if that's if it's just like a citrus note or something that's coming. Boy, it's really nice, easy to drink.
It's got a nice
it doesn't.
It's got a nice proof to it. I would say this is a pretty high proof. Am I on the right track with that, Dan?
It's up there a little bit.
Yeah. I was still thinking. I was thinking like maybe max of 100 or so. It doesn't. It's not drinking very hot or anything to me.
It's got a sour apple, like a Sour Patch Kid flavor to it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and maybe that's a little bit more of what it is.
It comes in under 105.
100. Yeah, I would guess in that range. I wouldn't think it was over 100, but 105 sounds about right. Let's see.
Got a really nice finish. Got a really nice finish to it.
Yeah, let's see what's going on in the chat. Whistle Pig 12 year. I wouldn't say it's Whistle Pig 12 year. I have a bottle of that. Definitely doesn't taste like that. John Priester's in the house. How you doing, man? Whiskey Throttle. Oh, Most Chun's in the house. Thanks for coming in, man. Nice to see you. Vegas Art. Maybe one of those Jefferson's finished in Groth or Pritchard Hill wine barrels. I don't know, Vegas. That's the thing. It's smelling finish on the nose, but the palate does not match the nose on it, and it could be influenced from the other two we had. It could.
Yeah. I think the longer the finish kind of develops with this, the more less secondary finishing it kind of tastes. It drinks more like a bourbon and not something that was finished. But I would agree that the first
after sipping on it a couple times, I totally take back the whole rye argument. I don't think it's a rye. Now it's a bourbon, but I just can't. The flavors in there are very unique. Yeah.
Really, really interesting. That's not for me. That's not something that's familiar. That's not a familiar taste for me. So that must be something.
This is Stag, Nicholas Bellagio, Stag Junior. I get loads of cherry. Nicholas, I would agree with that. Especially the newer Stag Juniors. There's a lot of cherry in there. They're definitely sweeter. Jason Fisk, Angel's Envy. No, I wouldn't say it's Angel's Envy. McKenna Cherry, Blasphemy. Okay.
Jeez.
All right. That one's a total question mark. That one's tough. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's interesting. Dan, did you have something else to add?
It's got a very Dan, what do you get on it when you drink it, by itself?
Yeah.
I get a lot of baking spices. I do get a little bit of apple toward the finish, like Scott said.
There's definitely a sour apple note in this.
Yeah.
But right now, the baking spices are not coming through. It's almost like they were muted.
Huh. Interesting.
Did we scorch our palates with the other two, maybe?
Yeah.
All right, guys,
I think something interesting maybe with that is after maybe the other two, depending on what that is, just to kind of revisit that and see what the other two, the final two, do to change that. I'd be interested just to see what that's like.
I think when we do our last tastings, we'll go reverse order and then see how it plays out. So, all right. So that's good. So we have 2 more samples left to give away, guys. We have 2 more samples to go through. So we'll do one now, and then we'll do one after the last sample. So I'm going to go over my second question. So you guys get your keyboards ready, get your fingers ready. So Scott's favorite distillery of the moment was Four Roses. I asked Dan. Dan said, well, Dan threw out a couple of answers that we took. So he chose Wild Turkey. So Wild Turkey was Dan's favorite for right now what they're doing. So here comes the question. there's kind of a theme here. These are all based around the master distillers and, you know, the artistry for making great whiskey, great bourbon. So, so this is the Wild Turkey, guys. The Wild Turkey question. Here we go. So this is for your choice between A and E. Wild Turkey. In what year did Jimmy Russell join Wild Turkey as its third master distiller? All right, guys, here we go. Waiting. You guys, any guys, Dan or Scott, you know this?
No, I could probably guess, but I don't know the exact year.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, so
Yeah.
let's see. People are throwing out, I think, just years now.
1940.
1940 now. No, I see. Oh man, Peter White's close. Doesn't have the year though. We have a no clue.
Yeah, no clue.
2014.
You're right. You're right there. You're right there, Jamie.
You're so close, Jamie.
Jamie, you're really close. Keep at it. John's even closer. You guys are really getting closer. 2018.
Kyle wants to know what the question was. In what year did Jimmy Russell join Wild Turkey as its third master distiller? Oh my gosh.
It's every other year but the year.
Oh, there it is. Joshua Fetter, 1954.
Yeah.
You got it. Joshua Fetter, you nailed it. In 1954, master distiller Jimmy Russell joins Wild Turkey. He's the third in a line of master distillers and learned his craft from Wild Turkey's second master distiller, Bill Hughes, and Ernest W. Rippey, son of the original distiller.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
That's
a long time. That's a long time to be at it.
I just went back and took a sip of sample A, and it tastes completely different from when we tasted it before. I don't want it to mess up this next one, but it tastes completely different to me.
I think we'll have to just go back through for like a little like a revisit or something, just to see after kind of hammering your palate like that.
Eric, wait. I met Jimmy Russell and had him sign a barrelhead. I think he became the master distiller the year he was born.
That's good.
Eric,
That's good.
probably truer words have never been spoken. So true.
Yeah.
And Joshua Fetter has picked. He wants letter E. All right.
Oh,
so that is for Josh Fetter. So that means our third winner will get A, which was actually very good. So whoever gets A, we already tasted that. It's delicious. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, moving on to number 4 or letter D. So let's get into the nose on this one. Here we go. Congrats, Josh Federer. Good job. Whiskey
Good
Throttle,
job,
59 watching, 23 likes. Not too bad. Thanks, man.
Pound the like button. Pound the like button, everybody.
Smash the like button, guys. Appreciate it.
Smash it. Yeah.
On the nose. Let's go to letter D. Here we go.
All right.
Oh, that is like just all buttered popcorn. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you got that right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very, very much that.
This is like I want to drink this at the movies with the buttered popcorn.
Yeah, I get even a little bit of licorice there as well, like a little bit of black licorice there.
Oh, I would agree with that, Scott. I didn't really, right in the end there.
Yep.
This is kind of a movie theater in a glass right here is what you've got going.
Really good.
Oh, great nose. This is awesome.
Brad Murphy asked which Wild Turkey is our favorite. Brad, I could tell you I have several picks from Kentucky Spirit as well as Russell's Single Barrel. I picked up a few on the secondary market, and they are phenomenal. It's mind-blowing how different all these picks turn out to be.
Speaking of the Kentucky Spirit, I was at a bottle share that I'm part of a group in Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Speakeasy, and one of the guys brought a Kentucky Spirit store picks from somewhere out of Chicago area, and man, it was like, when I say honey barrel, I mean like the flavor. I mean, it was so smooth and honey forward. It was just a really fantastic pour. Really, really nice.
Let's see here. Bourbon Shenanigans Mike, he's drinking Poor Man's Pappy. Nice. Very good. Very good stuff, man. Let's see.
His own mix.
Last time at the movies, Mike. Yes, I'm gonna take my Mash and Drum flask and go to the movies with letter D. Be awesome. Carl H, this is pretty awesome. Thanks, Dan, for providing the samples to make this. Yes, we thank Dan. He's extremely generous with his with giving these whiskeys. I really appreciate it.
Yes, very much so.
It was amazing. Okay, yeah, Mash and Drum. Do you have shirts, coins? Eric, wait, I have shirts. I'm trying to get more made. I ran out real quick. Coins I do not have. I haven't dipped into that yet. I think down the line, if I'm thinking of maybe starting a Patreon, maybe getting into that and getting some funding to do some stuff like that. I would like to do some more flasks for viewers to give these away. But yeah, I'm looking into that, Eric. If you have any information, I'd appreciate that. I have no idea how much they are to create or anything like that. So if you have any info, definitely pass them my way.
So Mark Brown, who's in here right now, so he's actually lives just down the road from me, and he was out there at the bottle share that we did too, and he can vouch for that Kentucky Spirit.
I've had some really good Kentucky Spirits, but I think my favorite Wild Turkey personally has been, and just for what you said, Dan, it's the Russell's Reserve single barrel. And as good as just the regular offering in the stores are, some of the picks are just unbelievably good. So I think I would go. I mean, I've had Master's Keep and a couple of the Decades offerings, and they're very good. But I just don't see them as too much of a step above some of those Russell's Reserve single barrel picks. I mean, some of them are so good.
And the nice part about the Russell's like store picks, it's generally very affordable. I mean, it doesn't waver very much from what a standard one can be, and you get some fantastic flavors with them. Great.
If you guys watched what Fred Minnick said when he did his best sipping bourbon, he talks about how such a wide range of flavors come from every one of these barrels of Russell's. So phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, really, really good stuff.
Joe Green, I know a guy. That'd be cool. Let's see. Dirt wants to know how the 1910 was. The 1910, I did like it, but I still like the 1920 better. Let's see. Jason Coates. Yeah, Dirt. They're a big fan of the 1920. Yeah, the 1910. Yeah, Jason Coates. I think you were on the live stream when I reviewed the 1910. It was pretty good. Eric Wade, send me a shirt and I'll wear it, and I'll send you a coin along with naked photos of my ex-wife.
What a deal! What a deal!
That sounds like a deal, man. Yeah. Let's see. Forgiven's very good. Yeah, Forgiven is definitely a good, definitely a great bourbon. I'm not knocking
Jim Shannon. Jim Shannon, is that the Russell's pick from Chad and Sarah?
Yes, I was able to score one of those thanks to a friend of mine. So, Mr. Bill, Jason, are your flasks non-metallic? No, they're metal on the inside. They're wrapped in leather here, and the outsides are pieces of actual barrel. So,
very cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. This was made by the Columbus Barrel Company, which I've mentioned before on the channel. They do amazing work. So they scored me this barrel here, this Jim Beam barrel, which I got. But yeah, I'm thinking of getting more of these made as giveaways for for the viewers. Try to get a deal on getting multiples made of these. Maybe look into some coins too. So we'll get there.
Yeah,
I got 60 watching right now, so really appreciate it, guys. This is awesome.
Cool.
Carl H, Rare Breed is fantastic. Absolutely. Rare Breed is, if you love Wild Turkey 101, Rare Breed is just like an amped up version of 101. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into letter E, Scott.
Yeah, I don't think did we try D?
No, I didn't even taste D yet. Let's go. Let's taste D.
All right, let's taste it.
I was so excited by the nose. All right, here we go. Oh, wow.
Yeah, still
Still super
still
sweet.
some yeah, you got some sweet and still a little like
Def-
kind of buttery popcorn there.
Definitely getting, I am getting that little bit of licorice flavor that you called out, Scott, on the
Yeah.
palate.
Yeah, I would agree. Even a bit of a little bit of a cherry note there for me. It kind of coming through.
Mm.
Boy, that's kind of a strong cherry note actually. The more the finish begins to develop, it really a lot of cherry kind of starts to come out.
You know, I'm getting, you ever have, you get these around the holidays a lot, like a shortbread cookie?
Hmm.
I'm getting a shortbread cookie on this, and it's absolutely delicious. Mm.
Yeah, I
That's
could see that. Like a sweet cookie
like a
of some
sweet
sort.
shortbread cookie. That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really boy, really good. There's something I guess I'll try to describe like the texture. There's something that's like soft about it. There's something that's I don't know if I would say like floral, but there's something that's like soft and kind of creamy to me. And I don't know what that is. I'm struggling I want to say like a orange creamsicle type of, if you could, not necessarily super orange, but just soft and kind of a creamy texture to that.
I know what this is. I just thought of it. It just hit me. These are my grandmother's almond cookies.
Yeah, you get a little bit of nuttiness there to it.
Yeah, those it's finishing with a really strong almond flavor to me, but it's got that, I don't know, it's some kind of cookie. It's got a butter, like a butter almond cookie. It almost tastes it's got a really great mouth coating because that butter flavor is just completely coating my palate.
Yeah,
That
it's
is so
really
good.
that's a that really that really is a really good a really nice pour. I'll tell you that.
Mm.
But I think the finish is fairly long with this. I mean, it really kind of
It's
lingers.
long. Yeah, this thing my entire Kentucky is being embraced right now.
Boy, that's boy, that's
I
really
got the
that's really
hug, man. I
good.
got the hug going on. This is good stuff. Woo.
Yeah, yeah. What would you guess proof? Do you think it's right in that 100 to 105 maybe, or do you think it's high?
I'm thinking higher. I'm thinking this is 110 or higher.
Really?
Yep. Just because coming off these other three bourbons that we had prior,
Yeah,
I'm feeling that one more than any other. And if one of the ones that Dan said was about 105, I'm thinking that
yeah.
one's got to be at least 110 or above.
Boy,
But it's so good. It's like, wow. Now that, man, I'm going back in. It
yeah,
is.
boy,
I'm getting more of that cherry that you said now, Scott. The cherry and that
yeah,
shortbread cookie. That is so good.
yeah. It's a really nice kind of sweet finish. For me, I'm not getting a lot of spice. That's maybe really more on the beginning part. It probably comes more with the heat than it does the spicy part, but that kind of goes away quickly and just finishes really, really sweet.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going back in the let's chat here. Captain Make It Happen, Walker, Danish butter cookies. Most Chan. Oh, maybe it's those Danish butter cookies in that blue tin. That could be it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that could be
yeah, it
it.
could be a sugar
One of
cookie
my
or
favorite
something like
Christmas
that.
snacks. Yep. Let's see. Actually, before we call it out here, Joshua Fetter, if you're still in the chat, throw your email address in the chat so I can write it down and I could reach out to you to get you your sample. New Manium, I already have yours, so you're set. Let's see. Oh, Kind Lee is in the house. How you doing, Susan? She's a great friend of mine. Lives here in Columbus area. I think she seeks out bourbon. She might seek out bourbon more than I do. She's all over the place. She's awesome. She helped me get this New Riff single barrel right here.
Wow.
She provided the blood oath for the Halloween episode. She's great. Thanks again for coming in, Susan. Appreciate it. Let's see. Jack Daniels. No, I'm not. I'm having a hard time of guessing what this could be. This is.
Yeah,
If I had
I
to
don't.
guess, I would say it's a Four Roses, some funky Four Roses blend.
Boy,
Just because,
I don't get the.
just because
Oh,
I'm
go
getting
sorry.
that. there is a floral aspect to it. I'm just not sure if that's Four Roses or not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have. I guess it could be, one of the different mash bills that's more on the floral side than it is the spicy side.
Yeah, it's got such an amazing nose and palate. I think that's my leader in the clubhouse right now is D. That is amazing stuff. Really good. All right. We got to have one more to try, guys, before we go to our last giveaway. So we're going on to letter E. Before we go on to that, let's check the chat real quick. We got 66 watching right now. Thank you so much, guys, coming in. Let's see. Not sure of the time, but it should on Instagram. Everyone's just talking to each other, having a good time. Awesome. Oh, New Millennium, OBSQ. Oh, that's his guess.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be that's probably not a bad. So yeah, like the Q does have a tendency to be a little bit more floral and sweet. So that could be that's
actually a really good call out, New Millennium. We'll keep that. Yeah. I'm gonna make a note. OBSQ.
Yeah, Q and V. I mean, I know the OBSV is the standard that they use for a lot of their stuff, but Q and V can be very, very similar at times. So,
all right, let's go into E here.
All righty.
Gonna swirl this one around here a little bit, and let's see what we got on the nose.
Boy, I'm getting a bit of like a zestiness to that.
There's a lot of citrus on the nose here. Absolutely.
Heavy citrus note.
Heavy citrus.
Yeah.
This is like sour, like blood orange.
Boy, it really is.
There's definitely the sweetness to it. It's astringent. It smells like a high proof. I'm getting the burn on the nose on this one.
All right, knowing Dan and what he does, and he's gonna try to like trick us with something. I'm starting to wonder, right off of the nose, if this is the new curacao. I don't know if it is or not. But
this is
very zesty.
Yeah, Dan took some pie hole orange vodka and mixed it with bourbon and sent it to him.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a super like kind of orangey, zesty nose to me.
It's super orangey, very, very, very orangey on the nose. I'm getting some good baking spices too on here. It's almost like when you and I got this on a bourbon that I reviewed. I just can't remember which one it was. Where it was almost like with Thanksgiving coming up. It's kind of cool. It's like we get the baked ham and some people put orange slices on it, and you get like that. The baking of the ham and the orange and the cinnamon. That's what I'm getting on this nose. It's delicious.
Yeah, I guess there is the more you kind of get into it, there is a little bit of cinnamon and stuff there.
Whiskey Throttle Whiskey Throttle's calling it's a rye. It could be because I do get a lot of most citrus notes that I get have either a higher rye or I don't know Whiskey Throttle because it's I won't know until I won't know until it hits the palate. But
I'm not getting rye on the nose. Not from like a rye whiskey standpoint, but I don't know. Like I know like John.
But see some ryes. Yeah. Like I think Knob Creek rye doesn't smell like a traditional rye to me. I think it's sweeter on the nose. It could almost pass as a bourbon.
You're very accurate on that because the biggest thing is whether or not it's a low rye whiskey, and the lower the rye, the more it starts to smell and even drink a lot like a bourbon does. To be honest, when you get outside of that 85 to 100% rye and things that are lower than that, I mean, in all honesty, you can totally be tricked into it being a bourbon, just maybe a high rye bourbon,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. For me,
that is really good on the nose. I mean, it is just chocolate, cherry, orange, spice all day. This is like a candy store. Awesome.
Yeah, it really is. It really.
All right. This one to me has a phenomenal palate.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go in on the palate.
All right.
Actually, if I'm looking
guys.
Actually, Scotty, have you even look at the way it coats the glass? It is like it's paint.
Yeah, really. I would say a lot of the ones we've had, to be honest, have been very like viscous. I mean, they've really coated the glass, real oily, I would wonder if this is, and Dan can maybe confirm or not, but I wonder if this one would be a non-chill filtered bourbon.
That's correct.
So I mean, just looking at it, like when Jason brought it out and said, I mean, you look around the whole entire glass, and it's just coated literally everywhere. The legs are running, and
it's sticking. It's not even dripping down. I mean, it's like glue. It's like we're drinking Elmer's glue here. It is absolutely sticking to the glass. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is good.
Booker's
Really good
Rye.
color.
No, definitely doesn't smell like Booker's Rye. Captain Make It Happen.
No.
I think it was the Rebel. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Captain Make It Happen. Call out. The Rebel Yell 10. The Rebel Yell 10 is when I smelled like that baked citrus and ham, those baking spices on Thanksgiving. So, all right. Cheers, guys. Let's go in.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh,
Wow.
damn, that's good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's got some proof to it. That's gonna be
This
that's
thing
gonna
is,
probably be in that 115 range or something like that.
yeah, this has got to be 115, 120 proof. That is hot.
Yeah.
It is taking me on a ride, man. It is sweet. It's sweet. It's oaky. Amazing balance. It's buttery. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no way it's a Parker's.
Wow.
I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Wow, Joshua Fetter, he picked the E. He's gonna be a happy guy because that's delicious.
Yeah, he really is.
Wow,
He really
that's
is.
so good.
All right, Dan. What did Dan say before? He chimed in with something. What did you say?
I said you never know.
I never know. Never know. Like the mystery man.
Bourbon Blind said it's obviously not old Ezra 101 if it's that good.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's really good oak, good spice, good sweetness. I would say from an all around like just solid whiskey, that right there is
oh my God,
is fantastic.
I just went back in for a second sip and I got cinnamon sugar covered pecans.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You get that, Dan?
Yeah.
I get pecan all day.
Pecans. Wow. That is like Thanksgiving in a glass.
Boy, that's really good.
Really good. I think that's my leader in the clubhouse now.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay.
My professional tasting notes are let me read these. It just says fantastic. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, I have my professional tasting notes too. I just wrote notes of good. Does that work?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Notes of good. Okay, great.
Clearly, we're the next Fred Minix in terms of being able to pick out all these.
Yeah. All I need is an ascot and a shirt that says good, and I'm ready.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, new medium. I'm buying a bottle, whatever it is.
Oh man, it's
Shenanigans is calling out ECBP. Mike saying I want E. Oh, maybe. Yeah, this is just an all around amazing nose, flavor profile. Yeah. This is good stuff.
I'll tell you what, this is for me, like this go around is much. It's almost much more difficult to pick because there's so many of them that are just, I mean, really, really solid and good. They're not as different as that first go around that we did because Dan had mixed in some crazy things. But this time, I mean, these are really, really all solid.
Yeah, these are all solid bourbons. I would be happy to sip on any of them. They're really.
I mean, I can tell you, this was probably the most difficult blind sample giveaway that I've done. It was really hard for me to pick what to give you guys and in what order without really trying to confuse your palates. And I think I may have earlier on, but we'll see.
All right.
What was the one we were struggling with before that may have changed something? Was that C?
That was C.
Yeah, C was the one where we were having a little bit. Well, but we're gonna go back through them real quick before we do the reveal. But before we do that, let's give away our last and final sample. The one that is left is A. So A is the one that's left, guys. You can see her right there. that would be your sample. And Dan has been generous and gave it a nice big sample.
Nice.
So we already did a question about Four Roses. We did a question about Wild Turkey. Now we're going to go to my favorite distillery right now, which is Heaven Hill. So, and only because I'm in love with the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. That's pretty much why I selected them. I've been, pretty much on my soapbox about the latest Elijah Craig Barrel Proof bottle and how great it is. So, I'm picking Heaven Hill right now. So, all right, guys, for a shot at sample A. Now, this is the one that in the beginning we went through. We said it was sweet, had a little bit of a rye kick. We guessed that it could have been a Wild Turkey Russell's pick, maybe, or something Wild Turkey. So if you like that flavor profile, then this is your question. So here we go. Here's the question, guys. Get ready. What family member from a prominent bourbon family joined Heaven Hill as its master distiller in 1946? I'm going to reset my palette here while we're waiting for answers here.
Yeah.
We got 59 in the chat right now. This is awesome.
Got it.
It does need a reset. Man, that letter E is just going and going.
Oh, wait. Who got it? It's going too fast. Fast and Furious. Who got it first? John, Blind Whiskey Reviews. Parker Beam.
John got it. Yeah.
You got it, man. John, good job, buddy. John, you are getting a sample of letter A.
You shouldn't have told John what that was, and he could have done it on his Blind Whiskey Review. John, we take that back. You're gonna have to guess it, buddy.
Let's see here. Oh, wait, guys. Actually, no, I screwed that up. It's not Parker Beam. It's a different family member. Sorry, John.
I thought it was Parker Beam.
No, it is. It's let's see if someone said it before I shout it out. Going back here.
Jason Coates said laser beam.
Like a bourbon professor, Phyllis Diller.
It's actually Joshua. Joshua Asplund got it. Earl Beam.
Oh.
It was the Duke of Earl Beam.
Earl Beam. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Family has also played a major role in the history of Heaven Hill. All of the master distillers at Heaven Hill since founding have the original master distiller at Heaven Hill was Joseph Beam, Jim Beam's first cousin. He was followed by his son Harry, who was then followed by Earl Beam, who was the son of Jim Beam's brother Park. Earl Beam was then succeeded by the current Heaven Hill master distiller Parker Beam and his son Craig. So it was Earl Beam.
Jason, could you get John's address, and I'll ship him a sample of A regardless. So
yeah, or I'll send him something.
Yeah,
if you can get John's. If you can get John's,
we'll send John something. So yeah, because hey, Whiskey in the Sixes here. How you doing, Rob? Nice to see you, buddy. Huge live.
Yeah, Rob.
Nice.
Hey,
yeah,
Rob.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for joining in on it. Really appreciate it. Mash and Drum, what a tease. Who knew there was an Earl? John just got beamed. No, John, we're gonna send you something. So don't worry, John. We'll get you something out. But Joshua Asplund, he got the said Earl Beam. He got it too. So John is gonna get A, and John, once we get your contact info, we'll send you something. Joshua, I have your email, so I will send you your A once we find out what it is. So just in a few minutes here, we're going to find out what all these samples are, and everyone will know what they're getting. So,
and Dan, you should make John not wear a flannel. That's part of the deal. Like he's going to have to do his next blind review. No flannel though. No. He does. That's why I asked him. I'm like, how do you live in Southern California and have a fireplace and flannel?
All right. So what we're gonna do now, guys? Let's see. It's coming up. Oh, we're right at 10 p.m. So let's go through the last final tasting real quick, and then from there we'll do the reveal, and we'll see what our winners are getting here. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going back through E again here.
You're gonna go backwards.
Mm-hmm. God, E is just so good. It's I can't get the pecan flavor out of my head now. Awesome.
Yeah, it really is. I should have skipped E. I should have not gone back to that.
Hey, Jim Shannon's in the house. How you doing, Jim? Nice to see you. Parker Beam is no longer with us. Yes, Denny Potter took over from him, and now he's gone to Makers. Yep. And then the Makers guy went to Heaven Hill. They just kind of swapped places. Interesting.
Richie, beam me up, Scotty.
Monica Willett said, shout out to Stan Lee.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Monica, great call out. Speaking of laser beams, how about a cheers to Stanley? Yes, we lost one of the most iconic and creative minds of the last century here, guys. It's Stanley, creator of so many heroes and Avengers, and I mean Spider-Man. It's I heard that and I was like, oh my gosh, that was. But cheers to him, guys. Let's raise the glass to Stan Lee and his creativity and for giving us years of wanting to be superheroes. So cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Damn, E's good. All right. I'm going now to D. I'm going through D here. I'm just gonna whip through them here, Scotty, because
yeah, it's fine. We should not have even tested E again. We should have just went right from D to A. You can see things are going to fall a little short when you hit everything after E for sure.
Yeah, but see, I just went back to D, and D has that buttery cookie, Danish butter cookie flavor to it that's just delicious.
Yeah, it really is good.
D is delicious too, man. Wow.
But once you go back to C, boy, that's just a different flavor profile.
Yeah, I'm going back to C now here. I'm wondering if that's an Old Dusty, because the last time I tasted that flavor profile, Dan sent us the Old Taylor. So I'm wondering if this is like an Old Dusty or something. I'm curious. Because
I don't know. That could be something.
I'm tasting kind of some of that like old barrel age on it. So it's not as elegant as a spirit as some of the other ones. There's some. It just seems like there's some funk in there.
Yeah, it's not like what a current flavor profile would be. It's something that's really kind of unique and interesting. So
yeah. All right, going back to B here. So B was the. This is the one we thought was the Michter's. Oh my God. Yeah, I still think it's the Michter's. That toasted note on here. It tastes like it smells like toast.
Yeah. Yeah, I love B. Yeah, I mean that's.
But you know what though? Just on a review standpoint, the Michter's Toasted Barrel Bourbon.
Yeah.
It's more bitter to me than the rye was. The rye finished a little bit sweeter to me than the bourbon. I don't know. I mean, if that's it, but that's what I'm getting on the finish. It's tasting slightly a bit bitter than the rye was just amazing. That was like our clear number one last time.
Yeah, that was crazy for sure.
Yeah.
Boy, I get a lot of cherry on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cherry. There's some really sweet notes on here. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for anyone that likes really oak forward bourbons, B is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the palate on the front reminds me of the Old Forester 1910 that I reviewed that we did live here, but the finish is completely different on the Michter's. But it's starting kind of the same with that really overly charred wood, so that's why I am thinking it's the Michter's.
Yeah.
All right, back to A.
That's my guess.
So A was the one that we thought was a wild turkey. So
yeah. Boy, I kind of feel bad for A right now.
Yeah, because now A is totally killed. It tastes completely different.
Yeah.
Again, this was really hard to put in order. You know, it's.
I mean, honestly, I think it's a good order because I mean, when you're starting out from, now that we've tasted all of them, I mean, the flavor profile of all of them are fantastic. I mean, however, I mean, you know, A, in comparison to any of the other ones, I mean, just kind of falls a little bit flat just because of what it's up against. I mean, not that it's a bad bourbon. I mean,
but when we first tried it, was delicious.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to say that it's you know, not good is not doing it any justice. It's still very good. It's just different than these other ones. So
yeah, Dan Trout, Jason Fisk wrote, Dan Trout got those boys head spinning. Yes, he has.
yes, yeah.
Wait till you see the reveal.
Yeah. Oh, wait till we see
yeah,
the reveal. Okay. Well,
it's gonna be interesting.
I think so. So why don't we go through our ratings here? I have Scott. Did you rate what your best is to your?
I did. I've got either if you want to go like you know, 5 through 1 or 1 through 5, like you want to start out with what we did last time. I think we did least or whatever, our number 5.
Okay, so let's go to your what was your so all right guys, so we're gonna go through our ratings, what we rated from A, B, C, D, and E from 5th to 1st. So Scott, what do you got as your number 5? And then wait to do the reveal yet, Dan. Don't do them until the end. So
yeah. Okay. So
what do you got as number 5? What do you got as number 5?
All right. So 5 for me was letter A.
Letter A. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I actually had my number 5 was letter C.
Oh. Okay.
Just that, I don't know why, I just couldn't grab onto the flavors of that one. It was something going on about it. So C was my number 5.
Yep. Okay.
What was your number 4?
My 4 was C. C was 4 for me.
Okay, so me and you swapped because my number 4 was A. So
okay. All right. So yeah, horse apiece.
Yeah, so we swapped those. All right. So what'd you get in third? What'd you get in third place?
I had D as number 3.
Okay, I had B as my number 3 actually.
Okay. And I kind of scribbled back. I went back and forth between the next 2 for me. So I think it's probably going to be close.
Yeah,
I think we're very close, you know, on these. So
well, I'll tell you right off the bat, number 1 for me was E, the last one.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so then I had D. Yeah. I had D as second place.
Okay, and then I had B as second.
Do you guys have any guesses as to what any of these samples were?
I'm gonna say this is all. I'm gonna say it's all bourbon.
It is all bourbon.
Okay. All right. So I'm good there. So we're good there.
Yeah. I don't think there was a rye in the mix. I think some had higher rye than others. I'm still saying that A was a wild turkey based on my first tasting. I'm still saying B was the Michter's Toasted. C, I have no idea. I do think it's an Old Dusty. D, I'm thinking it's some kind of Four Roses, or I'm still going with Four Roses. And E, I had no idea, but it just was amazing. Yeah. So
you know what I did? I went back to C real quick, and if you have any left, does that taste like a wheater to you at all? Does it taste like a wheated bourbon? Or no?
No, not so. I don't know.
No.
See, now
it's just different. It's so different.
I can't get past that old dusty funk that I feel is in there.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's in there, but
yeah, it's really interesting.
If I had to guess E, I don't know.
It's crazy.
E is so well rounded, but
yeah,
I wouldn't say it's a beam because it doesn't have that nutty funk to it.
Boy, I gotta try E.
I'm not sure. It could be
right.
It's got so much. It's got so much baking spice and cherry to it. I would think it's like a Buffalo Trace pick or something.
If letter E is less than $1 million, I'm purchasing it.
All right, guys. So here we go. Everybody in the chat. We have 61 watching. Everyone's awaiting the reveal. So you know what? So Dan, just start from A, B, C, D. Just start from A and work your way down, and let's see what we got. So what is letter A? And before you show it, letter A was chosen. Well, Joshua Asplund has letter A. So Josh, if you're still in the chat, this is what you'll be receiving a sample of. So go for it, Dan. What do we got? What's letter A?
Letter A, we have the Michter's Toasted Bourbon.
Letter A was the
What?
mixture toasted?
Letters A was
No
the
way.
What?
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Really? Oh my gosh.
I just got smacked around. Jeez.
Yeah, I did. Holy cow.
That's crazy because I don't get like a crazy wood char like I do on B. So I figured
No.
To me, it's a little different from the one they put out, I believe, in several years back. Completely different palette. It doesn't disappoint. I mean, I can tell you that it's still a really good.
It's delicious, but it doesn't have that crazy barrel char like I got on the rye. It's different. Maybe because it's a bourbon, not a rye. It's just the balance is just very different, but still equally delicious. Very good stuff.
Boy.
Wow. Joshua Asplund is very happy. Nice job, man.
All right, interesting. I never and I had that not long ago, and I had just a different profile than that. That's interesting.
So with this blind sampling, the way that I did it was I did it by proof. I didn't want to mix it up too much and have your guys' palates burnt by some of the other stuff that's in here. So like I say, it was a difficult decision. Originally I was going to start with C instead of A, but it's whatever the outcome is, it is what it is.
All right. Well, that's awesome.
You could have flipped C and A all day. You could have flipped those two all day.
Yeah. And by the way, Dan, for you to share, I know how tough this Michter's toasted bottle is to get. So for you to share it like this is amazing. By you. So I really appreciate that. And I know Joshua in the chat is extremely happy right now. So all right. So let's go on to letter B. What do we got?
Oh man.
Letter B. We have the new Old Forester birthday bourbon.
Holy!
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy. That's the 18?
That's the 18.
Wow.
Dude, this is probably one of the better Old Forester birthday bourbons I've had. I was never really too impressed with them, but this doesn't get into that Old Forester, that, I don't know, that weird flavor that I find in a lot of the birthday bourbons. This one, I don't know. This one, it's like gonna get to where it gets gonna get a little funky like Old Forester does, but then it kind of saves itself. Oh man, that's good.
That was really good.
I like that. That's
really good.
One of the better birthday bourbons I've had. I've had about 3 different ones, and I didn't think they were all that impressive, but that one's pretty good. So I know Jackie Zycan out in for the Master Taster selected that one. So I think she did an amazing job. So
yeah, I would say this is probably one of the, I would agree, this is probably one of their better pours that they've had in quite some time. It's way different than what I remember the birthday bourbon being before. That's
what I mean. It's got a really different flavor profile than the previous ones. The only one that I've had in the past was the 2014 birthday bourbon, which I really enjoyed that one. But the ones passing that, wasn't really too impressed. 15, 16, 17. But this one that's really good. And holy crap, Dan, you need to share that too.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're a gentleman and a scholar, my friend. All right, so that's the birthday bourbon. All right, let's go to letter C. This was the one that really threw us for a loop. I can't wait to find out what this one is.
Yeah, I can't wait.
This one, I kind of did the same thing as you guys did. I tasted all of these blind before I sent them to you. My order finished a little different. Besides the last two, my last two were right on with your guys. Well, I think with. Oh
wait, I'm sorry, Dan.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Dan. Before you go on, I forgot to mention that B was selected by Numenium. He was the first winner, and he happened to select the birthday bourbon. So Numenium, this birthday's for you, buddy. All right.
I think he lives in Wisconsin. I'll give you the address later on for him. So. All
right. Sorry, Dan. Go on. What's C?
Yeah, I was saying that I did a blind tasting of all this before I sent you guys the samples, and I did finish with the last two, the same as you guys. So my letter C was a little different. I did start with letter A, the original pour. So I will show you what letter C is now.
Okay.
This
is the Four Roses 125th.
Really?
Wow, really?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
I never would have guessed that.
I would have never guessed that's a Four Roses. That's crazy.
No.
What the?
Man, that is a really unique flavor profile.
Yeah, again, like I think again, I should have started with C. I did feel that the palate was influenced by the other bourbons, A and B, because standalone, it's a fantastic pour just by itself. It is a phenomenal drink.
Now that so Dan, my palate's kind of cleaned out a little bit here, and I just had another sip of C, and now it's totally different, and it's delicious.
It's phenomenal. It is.
Really is. They really all. I mean, really all of them. I mean, Dan, they're all fantastic bourbons. In their own right. I mean, we're nitpicking these things to label these things 1 through 5. I'll tell you that. So.
Yeah. Dan Dirt 117 is asking you, what do you do? What does Dan do for a living? Are you an investment banker?
Yeah. I think he actually runs a hedge fund is what I think he does. So.
Yeah. So. All right. So now we're going to get to D, which was my second place, which was that buttery shortbread cookie bourbon. So
yeah.
What do you got? What do you got, Dan? What was letter D?
All right, Scott, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
This is Blanton's Gold.
Wow.
Really? That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know what? I had a tiny pour of Blanton's Gold at a tasting in a liquor store. That was the only time I've ever had it, and I was surprised at how sweet it was. And based on the notes I got, it didn't click for me that it was Blanton's Gold. But now that you said it, this is totally. I could totally see this being Blanton's Gold with that cookie flavor.
Yeah, but it's really it really is. It's really good.
Yeah, just for people wondering what I do for a living, I work retail, but I did spend some time with Special Forces. So,
cheers to Dan. Thank you. We just had Veterans Day, guys. All you veterans out there, man. Thank you for thank you for everything you stand for, and
absolutely
standing up for us. So it's because of you guys we can do this and enjoy whiskey. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks, Dan.
Yes, very very much so.
And Dan, thanks, Dan, as I understand, you work at Baby Gap. Is that correct?
Yeah, Baby Gap.
Well, you said retail. I said retail. I figured Dan has a bottle of whiskey in one hand and some baby shoes in the other, and he's trying to sell. So
yeah, if you don't watch yourself, you're gonna have a little red dot in your forehead here coming up pretty soon.
I know he's gonna snipe me from Maryland. I'm dead.
Yeah, like Jesus, this little red dot keeps appearing in my house all over the place. What the hell?
All right,
man, this is crazy.
Wow, that was amazing. Okay, so now we have. Let me write this down here. So D is Blanton's Gold,
and C was the Four Roses 125th.
Yeah.
Now Four Roses, the C was the 125th. So that was before Brent Elliott's time, as we just learned, correct?
Yeah, that's Jim.
Yeah, that's Jim Rutledge. Wow. That was crazy. I would have never guessed that would have been a Four Roses. But it is now that I've went back to it and sipped on it. It's delicious. You were definitely right, Dan. All right, so now we have our final pour. And this is
gonna be interesting.
Joshua. So Joshua Fetter. He won this one. This is letter E. So what is the reveal? Letter E. Here we go.
I can tell you letter E. If you find it, go buy it.
Okay. Yeah. This was number one. This was number one for both.
H. Taylor. Barrel proof.
Oh man, you know what? I didn't say anything, but I had a feeling it was something like that.
I said it was a Buffalo Trace. I just didn't know.
Man, it was good. Man, that is good.
That is so effing good. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love it. Phenomenal pour. I had a, you know, I call Buffalo Trace. It just had that flavor to it, the nose. It was so good.
Yeah. Dan, what's the proof on that one? Is that like a 127 or 128 or 29?
It's 129.7.
Oh yeah, what I'm sorry, what'd you say? What proof? Which one was it?
129.7.
Which year was
that
that one? Is that this year, last year? Which year was it?
That's this year.
This year. All right. There you go.
Man,
it's delicious.
Man, that still did not drink 130 proof, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that was
Man,
just I got to get a bottle of that, man. I can't find it.
I hear you.
Joshua, I just saw you in the chat. If I missed your email address, I'm sorry. Please drop it in there so I can grab it. And I haven't emailed you yet, buddy. So drop your email in the chat so I can write it down, and I'll contact all you guys to get your samples out. And yeah, that'll be great. So
I think I'm gonna immediately see if I can trade my toasted barrel for a barrel proof. Immediately. Hopefully nobody in here is watching. If you guys were, look away.
All right, guys.
Man,
so let's see. Wait, Steve A. Okay, time to swap over to the next stream. Thanks for the show tonight. Yep, I'm out tonight. Yeah, thanks, guys. Really appreciate you all stopping by. We had our highest chat count of the night. Actually, of my channel in the history. We had over 60 at some point. We're at 59 right now. Really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. This was such a fun show. Thank you so much to Dan for providing these samples. He obviously spared no expense. Thank you for Scott, My Bourbon Journey, for joining us and doing the tasting. It's always funny to get another point of view. Always great. Scott, you want to say a little something about your channel and say goodbye to the folks?
Yeah, so thanks everybody for tuning in, and Dan, thank you very much for providing these samples. I mean, this was some fantastic stuff, and picking 1 through 5 was difficult. I mean, they're all winners. They're all great bourbons, but yeah, these blinds are really fun to do. So yeah. And then I guess regarding my channel, so yeah, if you guys want to check it out, My Bourbon Journey. I've been doing a lot of craft stuff lately. I do have some things that the distilleries do send me. So Jason does a lot more of the more current popular things. And recently I've been doing a few more of the kind of craft or smaller distilleries, but I'll have some other stuff in the works here pretty soon too. So I appreciate all the support.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks for coming by. Dan, you want to say something besides thanking you so much for giving us these samples?
No, I just really thank everybody in the chat. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, like you said, Jason, it's not about the bourbon, it's about the people that you share it with. And I am a fond believer of that. So hopefully everybody, if we don't see everybody soon, have a nice Thanksgiving, and maybe we'll see you again on another a blind review here soon. We'll see.
Yeah, guys.
Next week.
So with that, what I do want to say, guys, I'm not going to be live streaming next week because it's the holiday. I'm going to have a bunch of family here for Thanksgiving. I will be back the following week for another live stream. I think I'm going to be doing another sample night. I've gotten a ton of samples from all you guys, and I really appreciate it. And with that, happy Thanksgiving. Have an amazing holiday, guys. Enjoy it with your family. Open some bourbon, open some scotch, open some whiskey. Talk about it with your family members. Enjoy it. It's your time to sit with your families, relax, slow down life a little bit, and really enjoy, the company and your family. That's what it's all about. So with that, guys, it is not about the whiskey. It is the people you share it with. Cheers. Thank you so much, and we will see you in a couple weeks. Take care, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.